real cases before a real judge.
Plaintiff Roshan Laurie was engaged to the defendant, but he broke up with her after she refused to take a Zoom meeting to be an extra in a Tyler Perry movie. Roshan suing because he claims the defendant slashed his tires and defamed him. Defendant Crystal Moss says Roshan is petty and immature, and after he broke up with her, he went on Facebook Live and started bad-mouthing her and calling her out of her name.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
State your name, sir.
Hi, I'm Roshan Laurie. I go by Sean Brown, the class clown.
All right. Ma'am?
Crystal Moss.
Okay. And, sir, you a comedian or something?
I am a comedian. I'm in Savannah, Georgia. I'm like a local comedian. I have been on Ridiculousness, Telemundo, a lot of things. I have a mobile casket that I drive, and yeah.
What does that got to do with being a comedian? The
Well, Your
casket
Honor,
part, that's what threw me off.
well, Your Honor, I'm not the average comedian. I am more of a stunt comedian. I have raccoons.
All right. I practice insult humor.
I do know.
That's a genre. People are, when people criticize me, they need to know. You can't tell me in 1 minute I'm funny, and then in the next minute say I don't like your type of humor.
Exactly.
Well, my humor is insult humor. So, but I'm glad to hear about your career. How long have you been doing comedy?
I only been doing it 3 years now.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And it's Class Clown?
It's class clown, yes, sir.
All right. We'll keep an eye out for you. Tell me how you know the defendant here.
Well, Your Honor, this beautiful young lady that I thought was going to be my fiance, well, she was my fiance. I met her at a show. She was...
How long ago?
7 months ago.
Okay.
And we got engaged in that 7 months.
Really?
Yes, sir.
How many months in did you get engaged?
Your Honor, the first time I seen her, she was married when I first met her. She was on the stages of divorce, 3 months, 4 months? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
After 3 months you proposed?
Yes, sir.
Had she been divorced? The paperwork the ink was dry?
Well, it was...
Meaning had the judge signed off and said, you are divorced?
2 months within we meeting, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And how do things work out since then? Must not have been too well. You're here. But tell me.
At first, Your Honor, it was great. It was great. I started putting her on some of my skits that I do. We even made our own series called Pillow Talk that we talked about a relationship stuff. We lay in bed and we talk about relationship stuff. And it was great at first.
And then you found out she was on crack?
I couldn't wait till you see that.
No, I'm just saying. The reason I say that, I tell people all the time, you can be with someone and don't know anything about them for at least a year. I say you can go as a crackhead without being discovered for a year. You go in that bathroom, what you doing? I'm using it. And then the next thing you know, they disappearing on the weekends. Where did you go? I went to see my mom. And then boom, 6 months later, you catch her with the pipe in her mouth.
Your Honor, she's not no crack. She don't even smoke cigarettes.
You don't know what she do. You don't know her. That's my point. You don't listen. You don't know her. She could smoke cigarettes, crack, heroin, crystal meth. You don't know what she does. Ma'am, have you ever done any of those things?
No,
See? Oh, you said no. Okay. But I'm just saying, you don't know a person. I ain't mean to throw you off, but our judge is real.
Your Judge Mathis, you was the realest. Oh my God, I knew you were gonna say something about crack.
So tell me about the relationship, ma'am. You tell me about the relationship.
Yes, like he said, I met Roshan last year. We started dating. Everything was fine.
Did you find out he was on pills?
What? It's Viagra pills.
No, I just found out that he was very petty and immature.
At what point? Second month, third month, what?
No, right after he broke up with me through Facebook. live.
How many months had you all been dating
This
at that
was
time?
like after like the 8th month.
Why did you all break up?
I have no idea.
Why don't you ask him? He's here.
Your Honor,
Don't tell me she want to know.
Your
What?
Honor, she know why we broke up.
Why?
Your Honor, like I said, I'm really advocate about. I think that's the right word. You know what I'm talking about. You met this guy, Tyler Perry. You in one of his movies.
Yes.
She do security. She did security for one of his movies he's shooting in Georgia. She met him. She had a Zoom meeting to do a extra in this movie.
Wow.
Now, I do everything that I do. I'm doing what I do. I've been on Ridiculous. I've been on Telemundo. I've been doing a lot of things to make my comedy work. Self-made. She had a Zoom meeting to be an extra. She told me about it. I say, babe, you gonna do this Zoom meeting? She say, no. I say, I'm gonna do a Zoom meeting. She say, no. I say, let's do it together. She said, no. Your Honor, well, all I'm doing, so I left. I'm like, if you don't support my dreams, you don't support me at all. This is my dream. And so I had to
So
leave.
because she wouldn't let you eat off of her back, you broke up with her.
Well,
Because she wouldn't let you eat off her plate.
exactly. Not is that exactly, because if you know your man got a dream, a mission. Look, if she was to do hair, nails, eyebrows, toes tomorrow, guess what? I'll support her. If she was to do makeup, I even let put makeup on me because I support her. Whatever you want to do, I will support her. She didn't support me.
I'm with you on that.
You know?
However, you believe she didn't support you because she failed to bring you in on an opportunity that she didn't want, but you hadn't been invited by the producer. How could you have taken her place or shared the opportunity if they were looking for a woman?
I couldn't have gone.
So how did she cross you? What did she do?
Your Honor, I
What
wanted.
could she have done? Because
She
they
should
want a
have took the
woman.
opportunity, even if my name wasn't in it, Your Honor. It wasn't about me. It was about this opportunity. It's not often that a mega star, a guy who came from nothing, from doing playwrights,
Super
to
producer.
come to, and this is the woman that I lay in the bed with every night. To
Who, Medea or her? We talking, you said, okay, go ahead, though. Medea's Tyler Perry's role as a woman, y'all. Go ahead.
Yeah, Your Honor, but she had the opportunity. You know, that's like a big opportunity for someone who's chasing
For
the
her.
For us.
The opportunity was,
We
you
engaged.
could not have substituted. You could not have stood in for that opportunity.
We
So what
engaged.
you're saying, it sounds like, is that she should have the same dream for herself
That's me.
that you have for yourself.
Yes.
Why? You gonna make her be what you wanna be? She don't wanna be what you wanna be. My wife Linda don't wanna go to law school, work in politics, run for judge, get on television. She don't wanna do that. So if she got the opportunity to do it and said, no, I don't wanna do that, am I supposed to get mad? Why wouldn't you do that for yourself? So I don't wanna do it, that's not what I wanna do. I wanna teach, I wanna be a teacher.
Exactly.
What do you wanna be? Maybe you should
Probation
take
officer.
that role, huh?
Probation officer.
Probation officer. So how this is her ambition? How do you make her ambition your ambition?
Your Honor, if she want to be professor, if she want me to go out and help her find who's smoking weed on their program, I would help her. That's my fiance. But that's what I want to do. I wanted to do that, Your Honor. And so I left that night. I left after she told me no. You know, and I say, you know, baby, you
Let's
don't
make
support
it
me.
clear again. Told you no
Yeah.
to having a Zoom call for a position
With Tyler
that
Perry.
was designated for a woman.
With Tyler Perry.
Right, but you couldn't have qualified.
I could have. Tyler Perry do Medea.
He wanted. So you were going, did you tell her
I
that
would've put
part?
great- I
Did you
had
say,
him.
baby, I'll dress up like a woman if I need to?
Sometimes she be wanting that job.
Did you say you do it too? Go ahead. Nothing wrong. That's your private business. Do what you do. Young lady, what do you say to this? Because I believe you support him and his career, but
Yes,
you
Judge,
can't.
I do support him, but that's not my dream. I don't want to act. That's his dream. So I told him no, and then like I said, next thing you know, he been very disrespectful on Facebook Live, calling me all the B words, and then he broke up with me, and he just...
Show me, who has some evidence? I want to see exactly what you're saying she did to you. Any texts or any of these defamatory statements on the internet regarding what he alleges you did to him? So what do you have where he says what
he
you
sent
did
me
exactly?
some inbox messages about his tires that I slashed.
About what?
Some tires.
That's not what I'm asking you about. I'm asking about these allegations that you stopped his career from moving forward with this failure to do the Zoom with Tyler Perry. That's what I want to see. Do you have any evidence where you specified what she did wrong? Because
I have some evidence, Your Honor.
Yeah, what
I have some
page?
evidence. It's page 3, Your Honor.
Okay. You don't make any, you read the allegation on page 3, sir.
Okay, on page 3, I said on Facebook, I took pictures of my tires. What had happened was, Your Honor, she came to the house to talk to me because I left that day and that night, and she came to my grandma's house, and I had to go get me my lottery tickets because lotto is over at 12 o'clock in Georgia, so I had to go pay my cash 3 numbers. And I walked. She said, "I want to talk to you." I said, "No, I'm going to the store." Next thing I come back, she's gone, and my tires are slashed. These are my tires slashed. I thought it was just 2, Your Honor, but it happened before. 4 tires.
Okay, I was asking first to show me where you mentioned to her how she denied you an opportunity to advance your career. Oh. So you don't have anything indicating that you told her specifically that?
No.
Okay, so now we're on the property, and what do you say to this, ma'am?
Yes. So I did slice the tires, and the reason I did because I felt like he was very immature, disrespecting me, and I texted. How
was he disrespecting you?
He got on Facebook Live, just calling me all the B words, just talking bad about me.
Just because you wouldn't let him have the opportunity to Zoom?
Yes. I did nothing wrong, and I was like, you disrespected me. I called them up, and I was like, listen, can you please, stop talking bad about me. If you want to talk, do whatever. Just leave me off your page. And he was like, okay, but then every time I got on Facebook, he's live, just bashing me, saying all type of stuff. So I was like, you know what?
Over this, just continuing. Sir, did you continue to go on Facebook Live about this issue of her not allowing you to take her opportunity?
Your Honor, I did call her the B word. But Your Honor, every time her and her friends get on the phone, as soon as they answer the phone, B this, B, what's up, B? What's up? Let me tell you what happened, B at the club last night, B. So if they can say the B word, why I can't say the B word? I didn't, why? It's a double standard. That's not fair. Yeah. That's not fair.
The more you talk, the less I think of your ability to analyze and with clear logic. Let me ask you a question. We can get past this real quick. Do you ever use the N-word among your boys and your friends?
I do.
If a white person did it with you, wouldn't you get mad?
Your Honor, you're right. You're right.
You would be upset. You would be upset.
You're
so
right.
My point is, women can call each other B's. Right. So don't come in here talking like you don't understand that. I believe you know that. Defamation. How does she defame you?
Okay, Your Honor. Listen, I was when you're in the bedroom with your wife, everybody who got a woman, before y'all get married or whatever, you want to tell them everything about you, right? So I told her something 20 years ago when I was in the Army. When I got out of basic training, AIT, I said, look, we about to get married. I want to tell you something. I met this girl in the club. We was dancing. I was drinking a little bit. And to kind of find out, it was a guy. You know what I'm saying? So I told her that. You know what I'm saying? That was 20 years ago. And she didn't put it out there on Facebook, but I guess she was talking to one of her friends and told her, what should not have been told.
Let me hear from you about this.
Well, after he broke up with me and my, used to be best friend, we was talking and just venting, and I've told her the situation.
What situation?
About he told me about, years ago, he didn't know it was a guy or whatever, so I told her, I didn't tell her for her to put it out there. I just told her, and I thought that she would have kept it to herself. I got on Facebook the next morning, and then she had publicly put it out there.
You have that Facebook post?
I do.
Where she mentioned it. That is terrible that your friend would mention something. That's you need to be suing, sir. Which page is the post on?
Page 3.
Whomever no dude, he undercover gay. Bestie won't expose his A, but will. So she's in fact saying that she won't expose you.
Yeah.
This person, this is who you should have sold, sir.
I told her something happened 20 years ago.
How much for your tires, sir?
$350.
$350 is your judgment. Nothing for defamation. You admitted to slicing his tires because he was degrading you. And he's better be glad you just sliced his tires, right?
Exactly.
All right, judgment for the plaintiff. Have a good day. $350 for your tires.
I won. All right, I'm just glad I got my tires back since I've been walking for the longest. My shoes been dirty for the longest, so I'm getting my tires back. Thank you, Judge Mathis.
I'm just happy I'm done with him, because you're not even funny.
Plaintiff Asia Yates was friends with the defendant, and she claims the defendant portrays one image on social media, but in reality, she's untrustworthy and inconsiderate. Asia suing her former friend today for breach of contract and emotional distress. Defendant Kayla Walker says she and Asia were good friends until Asia spit on her, attacked her, and harassed her at her job. Kayla's countersuing for the harassment and emotional distress.
Start with you.
Okay, so I met the defendant, Kayla, back in 2016 in college. But we weren't as close, but we became a little bit more closer back further into 2019 when I let her come stay the weekend with me because due to her participating in women's football, which I also later on became interested in. But, you know, with her staying with me that weekend, after that weekend was over, she just never left from then on out. So just with her staying with me and everything, getting to know Kayla, like she did become like a sister to me, and we did a lot of things together. However, you know, if anyone, you know, looking on the outside, looking in to Kayla can see that, you know, she's always on her phone. She's always on social media. She's always on all social media platforms, just trying to portray like a certain image of, who she wants to be. But in all reality, I actually knew the real Kayla.
Isn't that what most folks do on Instagram? They front like they're something that they're not?
Yep, they flodge and everything. So, which I found out for her to be this different person, which was just very untrustworthy, just very uncleanly, and just very inconsiderate, just overall.
Now, when did you realize she wasn't leaving? Because she only came to stay a week or weekend. So would you say 3 weeks later?
Yeah, so I said 3 weeks later, Kayla, you've been living with me all this time. I need to know, when you're leaving, or if you want to stay with me, then I would have to make other arrangements.
You say, I'll let you know, and you never heard another thing.
No.
I'll let you know. What'd she say?
Yeah, so
she
did tell me that she apologized, that she didn't really tell me that she said she thought she told me that she was gonna stay with me, but like I said, we never had this conversation. So pretty much we kind of settled out, you could get me a job, and you can just pretty much just starting the moving forward process of her becoming my roommate.
Okay, let me get a little background from her. Ma'am?
Judge, Your Honor. So, for one, the statement that she made was a lie, because I came on a weekday on April 3rd, 2019. How I remember the date, it was the day before my mom's birthday. Mind you, I did tell her that I was coming, or I was there for 2 weeks for football games, for women's football.
Where did you play football at?
Daytona Beach, Florida, for Daytona Wave Runners.
And they travel as a traveling team?
Yes, sir. We travel sometimes. Yes, we do.
Good. All right. And so
I did have a returning flight back to the state that I came from, which was Arkansas. And I was put in a kind of notice for my job. My mom found out, and you know how parents are once you don't tell them things. I moved kind of funny with my mom. She got mad at me and was like, well, you cannot stay back here no more. Understandable. So I'm kind of on my own. But that being said, like, I did tell Dakota what happened. So she did know about that.
But did you ask her whether you could stay with her for an extended time?
I was telling her, I told her, like, you know, I would just go back to my home city, which is Lakeland, Florida, which is like an hour, 30 minutes out from Daytona. Pretty much she was just like, well, okay, this and that and the third. We'll talk more about it. And I really don't think we even went into full depth and conversation of it. It just happened like, I'm staying here. So that is what happened. I got a job and things of that nature when I was down in Daytona. Now, part of the social media wise, who don't lie on social media? I'm not gonna front like I'm just this big baller person. I got money. But
a lot of folks don't lie.
Everybody's gonna tell a lie every now and then. But on my social media pages, I don't sit there and just front like, oh, I'm the baddest, so I got this and that and the third. I got this money.
You don't show your guns, your weed, and your money?
Guns with no, sir.
Okay, that's what a lot of the kids do. How old are you?
No, sir. No.
How old are you?
I'm 23.
And don't you see a lot of that on? Don't you see a lot of that on social media?
Yes, sir. I do.
Them fools who are begging the police to come and arrest them. They think it's legal or something. The police officer I use when I'm in Detroit, Ken, he tells me that that's how they've been busting most of these kids. They put the stuff on the internet, stacks of money, stacks of dope, and then guns, all on, like, look at me, I'm flying. Then just another caution and to you young folks who are not thinking the consequences of your actions. And because here you flashing all that stuff, now you gotta pay. Here you owe somebody and you on Instagram flashing, playing big. Now she want her money. But you broke all along. You just fronting.
Who, me? Oh, no. I never flashed no money on social media.
You act like you were doing well. What'd she do? What'd she show? She act like she was living good on social media?
Yes, on page 15, if you want to look.
Oh, you doing just what I talked about.
What is that?
You're counting money.
No.
Yeah.
You're counting your dollars.
You see the head.
Don't look at me like that.
Just like
Nike. I don't remember that. I really don't.
Yeah.
I can't even see
it's
what
more
picture
pictures than that.
Put it all the way up there to the screen. She can't see it. Now do you see it?
No, I still, no, I can't.
I know you can't. I know you can't. Well, I can. And you sitting up here counting money. Just exactly what I described.
Oh, okay, never mind. I know exactly what you're talking about. Okay. I get you. I know what you're talking about. Okay.
All right, so hopefully that's a lesson. Because the consequence you're suffering from that is being sued. She might not have sued you or may not have sued you so soon, but damn, she see you counting money here. Coming for my money, I'd sue you too.
Okay, I got that one. I got that right there.
All right, so just once again, you busted yourself by Instagram. All right. So what about the breach of contract? What the rooming, I suppose is for rent or something? Tell me about the $2,500.
So it's actually a breakdown. So it was actually $1,700. You can look on page 19.
The apartment bill is for $1,500. Then I see the loan for the rental car. You have two, one $287, one $275, and $166 for the loan on a phone bill. Now let me ask about the car rentals. You put them in your name, or you just gave her the money?
Yeah, so I had it in my name. However, she brought it to my attention, like, hey, both of these were during. One was during her birthday. While I allow her to, we were all going to use a vehicle the same, but more so it was just for her birthday so that we can get around just, whatever she'd like to do on her birthday. And I would let her drive, so it was in my name, and it was something that we both went half on. So her half was that 287.
What about the next one? And, that's the same day, it appeared, or the same month. What happened?
It shouldn't be. That second one should be, that was more so during Thanksgiving. We both just went half on the rental pretty much.
Okay.
And that wasn't, it wasn't that she didn't pay me for the rental. It's because she didn't pay me for the fees that she accidentally put on there. She was smoking in the car, so that left a fee on there, which she
or something
did not
like
pay.
That? Mm-hmm. And
yes.
Okay, yeah. Like that's what they do to me when I smoke in them hotels when I'm not supposed to.
Yeah, she smoking black and
I always have to let folks know my flaws. I break the hotel policy and I get fined $250 because I did wrong, because I'm flawed like everybody else. I curse like a sailor when I get off of here.
Judge, Your Honor,
you smoking in that car? That's what you need to talk about. Are you smoking in that car?
I'm about to tell you that. Before I even got that rental on that same day.
Because I don't smoke no more. I stopped smoking when Obama stopped smoking. I figured the president could stop, I could. So what about you? When you gonna stop? Have you stopped smoking?
Her friends was in that car smoking weed before I got there.
I'm
of course,
asking
I'm gonna
about
smoke my
you.
black and Mounds. I think it's okay. If I pay for it, if I'm paying for it. Yes,
No,
sir.
you haven't paid for it. You got fined and you haven't. Did you smoke weed or cigarettes?
No, I smoke black and mild, sir.
That's one step from weed, black and mild. All right, you probably stuffed some weed in there, trying to make a blunt. Aren't you supposed to pull the thing off, aren't you? Whatever.
Oh, sir.
All right. Why don't
Your Honor,
you?
can I say something?
Yes.
She was trying to say and always trying to point the finger at me like, oh, her friends are smoking in there. She was my only friend. This was like a sister to me. So I didn't smoke in that car at all. And I just want to remind, we are under oath, aren't we, Judge?
Yes. Yes.
So,
I just wanted to make sure that.
Oh my God, Lord have mercy.
We're not supposed to be lying at all under oath. So I just want to make sure everything is clear, because I was not smoking in that car. She knows that she smoked in that car.
My blood pressure.
She admitted it too.
Your blood pressure going up?
It's up there so high. It's getting up there, Your Honor. It is. It's getting
You don't
up
like
there.
hearing the truth, Your Honor.
A lie will
Can't
run
handle
your
the
blood pressure up, though.
Yeah.
Because you're scared you might get busted with the lie. So your blood
No,
pressure
I ain't. Only thing was
She
scared
never
of
been
God.
confronted.
What do you want to say about the apartment bill first? Let's start there. That's the biggest amount, young lady. $1,500 on the apartment. Did you fail to pay your share after moving?
Yes, sir, but I do have a reason why I did not pay my share.
Why?
So the reason why I feel like I should not pay my share is because the plaintiff had disrespected me. And what I mean by that is she spotted me at Walmart. I spotted her first, but she seen me as well. I was with my friends, like, oh God, I already know what's about to transpire. So at that time, I did not want to fight because a brawl did happen. The reason why I did not want to fight is because, my mom's going through some things. She was sick on her deathbed. Then I had a job that I could not get anything on my record in order for me, for the state of Florida, to gain my license to be an insurance licensed agent. So I didn't want to fight. She started off as, oh, I'm going to slap you fat. I'm going to slap you fat A friend. So I asked her, who? You, B, da-da-da. My friend's trying to calm it down, like, hey, like, let's chill out. So she spit on me. So I feel
what was
like,
that about? Was that about she approached you about the money or something? How did it?
I guess she approached me about me not paying her. Yes,
Right.
sir. So I feel
She's
like
lying, Your Honor.
So if I feel like
that's your counterclaim. So we'll get to that, but we have to deal with what she's suing you about first. You have to defend yourself against that rent. And you did say you owe, but you think that the incident with you all.
I didn't have no problem with, and once we got done with the personal loans and me paying her like as what I owed her, I did not mind going into like, okay, let's start going ahead and pay on this apartment. I have no problem with that at all. I know what I signed. My fiance at the time was there, and she witnessed me signing that. Like, okay, let's do this and this and that. But when that transpired, and with her coming to my job acting a fool, and that of that nature, I
All
said,
right,
you know
that's
what?
your counterclaim, but let me allow her to give me a little more information on the claim itself. She agrees that she owes you. She's just saying that the way you dealt with her, and she claims, she alleges you committed battery against her, spitting on her. So what do you want to tell me?
I just want to start by, talking about the job part, because that happened before the fight. So me coming to her job is because she ignored me, Judge. I mean, when I asked her about her paying me, I get the other excuses after excuses after excuses. And then like it came to a point where I didn't hear anything from her, Judge, anything.
Okay. And then what do you say happened?
I walked outside and I seen her putting my other gold chunk, like seeing the deer in headlights. And it wasn't that I was not ignoring her. I would text her.
What was she doing when she came to your job? That's where we're at now. You didn't know you
She got the car and just stood like this, like aggressively, like looking at me like, so what's up?
In the parking lot?
Like, yes, in the parking lot.
She didn't go up to your office. She didn't go up to the workplace.
No. She was just outside.
And she said, what's up? Where my money?
She was just like, so what's going on? Like, I told her, like, okay, I'll pay you once I get the money. Like, I still got bills and stuff to pay on my own. I understand you got bills because you're grown too. But, okay, I hear you. I see you. I know you text me. I see him. I text you back when I feel like it's appropriate. But I still text you back.
When do you feel it's appropriate to text someone who you owe money to and they're asking for their money? When do you find it appropriate to respond?
When I get the money. I told her before, like, okay.
Other than that, you just continue to ignore.
Ignore. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'm not going to conclude you interrupted her workplace because you waited in the parking lot till she got off work. You talked with her. You didn't attack her. But the other part about spitting on her, why don't you explain what she's alleging there?
I promise I did not spit on her. And spit never came out of my mouth. Okay, let me just start from the beginning.
We're under oath and you're lying, bro. Come on, man.
Go ahead.
So I saw her in Walmart after I saw her looking at me, and it proceeded to me that she was taunting me, like she had her phone up a certain way. I was under the impression that she was video recording me. So I proceeded to call my mom. I'm like, Mom, I see Kayla, she told me to go ahead and walk out the store. She's like, just go outside, just get out of her sight or whatever. So I did. So I was on the phone with her. I was with with one of my close friends. So, I'm waiting outside for her. And our mutual friend who Kayla was with was like, hey, how are you? So I was like, I told her I don't want to talk. I said, I don't want to talk because you're with somebody that, that I don't like. And if she says something, I'm gonna slap her. I did say it. I said it. So, Kayla like, slap who? So I'm like, and mind you, Judge, she didn't have to walk the same way.
My car is parked over there. So where else I'm gonna go?
I'm walking to the direction of my car. It was another way that she could have walked, but she chose to walk in the same path.
No other
so,
way.
So after I did say I'm gonna end up slapping her. So she's saying slap who? We exchange words back and forth. And I did I was like, look, I said it. I said I'll spit on you. But did I spit? No. And I put that under oath. Like no spit came out of my mouth. I didn't spit on her at all. So she thought I did, and that's when she proceeded to hit, throw punches at me.
You formed your mouth and you acted as if you were. And
yes, I did, because I knew that. I honestly wanted to. I wanted to see what she was gonna do about it, because you're in my face.
What happened after that?
After that, okay, so we end up fighting. And she ended up kicking my car afterwards. And we ended up going our separate ways. So after we went our separate ways, she's calling my phone. She wants to fight again. And I do have
Are you
text
kidding
messages.
me? Hold on. She actually called and say, hey, I know you whooped my butt that time, but will you give me a second chance? Let's fight again.
Oh, she didn't say it like that, Your Honor. She was, you nasty B. Yeah.
You asked to fight again?
Yes, Your Honor, I probably did at the heat of the moment. But one of my friends claimed that she got me on the ground, but she kicked me several times in the head. And if you can look on page 2 of my evidence, stating that she did spat on me, and I had to go to the hospital because there was several blows to my head that she kicked me in my head.
That's what I want to know about. Now, that's important to know. Where is that at? You say look at page 2. It's in the police report. Spitting on someone is very bad, but kicking them in the head on the ground is pretty extreme.
How dare you sit here and lie, Kayla? Like real stuff. Like how dare you sit here and lie?
I'm sitting here lying. I put this on my mama's
you're
brain.
lying.
You know my mama has not been dead for a year, Dakota. And what's pissing me off, you fought me when you knew my mom was in her deathbed sick.
No one was thinking about your mom.
What? That's not saying I'm thinking about my mom. I was going through enough, and
how dare you
did
bring
all of that
situation?
Ma'am, I don't see anything about her kicking you in this.
That's disgusting.
Description.
You're disgusting.
But you know for a fact.
Hold on. Does it say that or not, ma'am? Does it say she was kicking you? You told me it said she was kicking you. I see nothing about that.
She's lying, Your Honor.
All I see is this.
I'm not lying, and that's from God.
Mutual hostility, mutual aggression, mutual combat. That's what I see. In fact, you even called her back to fight some more. And your claim for the breach of contract is $1,697. The other emotional distress for all this mess, you're not going to receive that. You all were both messy. It's judgment for the bills that you're suing her for. Everything else is dismissed. Have a good day.
Kayla, how dare you? You ignorant.
How dare you sit there and lie?
You're ignorant.
You sat there and kicked my You sat there, you shut the up to me, bro. You sat there and kicked me in my head. I don't give a